Remax's Canadian housing market outlook for 2023 is out, and we're going to be looking through what they think the average home price is going to be in 2023. We'll also be pulling out some facts and figures about what they've determined from this report, and then also we're going to be finishing it off with the Bank of Nova Scotia, some of the meeting minutes from its annual report to discuss what's going on in the mortgage market that may affect these predictions. But if this is your first time here, my name's Nick. Welcome to Waste of Wealth. Before we get into the video, huge favor, huge ask. If you learn something new or you get some value, hit that like button for me. I definitely appreciate that. And if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button and turning that notification bell on. We do content like this every single Sunday, so don't forget to come and stop by and check out what we're talking about the latest week. So we'll start off by going through the report. We'll look at what the national average price is, and it's expected to decrease by 3.3% in 2023. So let's dig a little bit deeper into what the actual report is to take a look at some of the facts and the figures. So Ontario and Western Canada, definitely two of the most popular markets that have experienced a higher than normal rate increase or housing price increase over the past 10 years, are going to be hit the hardest by about 10 to 15% on these sale prices. Price growth outlooks are anticipated in Atlantic Canada, and then the average residential sale prices are expected to increase by 8% in Halifax and 4% in St. John's. I know it's a beautiful area out there. I'd still love to get there. I just find it very challenging to see price growth outlook or price gains happening anytime soon. 60% of regions in Canada are expected to be balanced markets, meaning that there's an equal number of buyers and sellers and not having these bidding wars that were happening in 2021. According to Remax, 73% of Canadians still think that home ownership is the best long-term investment they can have. And I don't think that rhetoric is going away. I think we'll get to a little bit later in the video, just being more expensive to do. And we'll look at some other key insights here from the report. Although rising interest rates have cooled / stabilized, 45% of Canadians are concerned that further increases will affect their ability to engage in the real estate market in 2023. We also have here that 54% of Canadians believe that the 2-year ban on the foreign investors will hurt the market, which I don't know how many recent foreign home buyers there's been, but I doubt that that's going to have such an impact, especially when you look at, you know, how many immigrants we're planning to have in, the shortage on housing, etc., etc. 15% of Canadians are considering to move to another province. And 54% of Canadians feel confident that their financial situation will remain steady in 2023. So it happens to be a slight majority of Canadians are confident in what they'll be bringing in. But we're going to look at some rhetoric from the Bank of Nova Scotia transcript from their earnings call this week to highlight one of the things that may be a problem for this prediction. 3.3% decline is very optimistic. And let's not forget that Remax obviously does business in the sense of buying and selling homes for their clients. So they want to ensure a little bit of comfortability. And I'm not sure how successful this report has been over the years, but I want to pick and prod because obviously we know interest rates still have a ways to go higher. How much higher? I don't know. But let's take a look at what the Bank of Nova Scotia thought as the book comes in for renewal. Where we are concerned about any customer situation, we will reappraise the value of the home and decide whether we want to renew on that basis. So we come into a situation where there's loan to value. The bank wants to ensure there's enough value in the home, so that if the default or the consumer is not able to pay, then they will be able to resell that in the market and not lose any money. The situation here and what this comment is stating is that they did not anticipate interest rates to go higher, and in these last couple years when they were basically handing out mortgages, they didn't see themselves in this situation. So I don't know if this is a situation that is particular to Bank of Nova Scotia in the sense of their mortgage business. We saw some of the other companies report that the mortgage business was fine. They protected themselves in some way. But there's an important fact here is that Bank of Nova Scotia did increase their loan loss provisions from the same time this year in the hundreds of millions of dollars worth. And that is something to be concerned of, and something to be, you know, if you're in the market for a renewal and you go to the bank and you try and get a renewal and they say, hold on, we need to reappraise this. We need to look at the value of the home. We need to see what your financial situation is. You could be caught in a bind. This could create a sense of pressure in the market for a mass amount of people trying to sell. And if there's not those buyers to come in and buy it, we could see a huge decrease. Obviously, just to sum up, the Remax market sees a 3.3% decline, a bigger decline in Western Canada and Ontario, probably those bigger markets like the Greater Vancouver and Greater Toronto areas. But the fact of the matter is Eastern Canada may benefit a little bit, but we are going to see a little bit more balance, the same amount of sellers, the same amount of buyers. And I think that with this mortgage issue, it could create a panic sell. And when we have that panic sell, we could have people trying to get any amount of money that they can for their house, especially with the fact that these financial institutions may be a little bit more hesitant to renew their mortgage. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Did Bank of Nova Scotia screw this one up royally, or is this a sign of the times? Is this something that we're going to see from the other big 5 banks? Let me know your thoughts. If you're still here with me, hit that like button. I appreciate your support as always. I hope you all have a great week in the markets. Happy trading.